Hello, my name is Frances Fox, and I'm a trained remote viewer, and I've been trained in all the psychic abilities that human beings have, which include you. It turns out that here in this chat, we are documenting the ascension process. That is why my graphics are so different from what I normally draw. Normally, I sketch the collective consciousness, one graphic, one body, and I only need to use the black pen. And starting last week, all of a sudden, I needed all the colors because everybody's colors were great and very interesting things were happening. I did a chat. Today's Thursday, maybe it was Monday, I don't know. I'm going to get a clip of it. And I was a little bit insecure. I said, I think people are going to think that I'm just trying to talk about myself. And I talked about the fact that lately, on occasion, I could see that my teeth at the bottom, it looks like it's black. And I thought, oh my God, this aging process, but my teeth are not black. And I talked about wrinkles, etc. And I asked a friend of mine, I said, please listen to the chat. I mean, shall I take it down? I mean, well, people, it's an awful lot to take in. Well, am I glad I said that? Yes, it looks like I'm just talking about me. Guess what? The stuff happens to me before it happens to you. So this is what we got the next day and the next day. This black line exactly here. But this is not me. This is all of you. How'd that happen? We're in an ascension process. The energy's coming up, but we have enemies, and they're galactic enemies. We also have enemies on planet Earth, but galactic enemies. And they did a piece of magic, and they put an insert here. So whatever is coming up, your center axis, which is the fundamental structure of the universe, cannot come to the top. Now, in the Bible, it says that God pours a nectar onto humans. Totally accurate. We take it in here, and then it goes out through the 72 mind streams, pours it in here. But God also left something in the bottom of us for when we're ready to go back home, which apparently is the ascension process and what's happening now. But we're not going to be able to go back. And I realize now we're also not going to be able to receive that nectar in the rest of our system, our energy centers, which are called chakras, which you should start to know more about. So when I run around and say strange things, and we've realized this in the last 30 years, because I also observe myself as if I was a separate person, it turns out that eventually we go, wow, so that's what you were talking about, Francis, without even knowing it. And I have somebody who's related to me who every once in a while goes, come on, I don't want to hear that story. That's too crazy. And what they've said later is anytime she says a crazy story, 2 or 3 days later, it's in the news. And that's true. So why am I saying this? For me to look good? No. What I'm saying is we have to pay attention to all the weird stuff that I'm sketching because that stuff is happening and that stuff affects us. This was making a lot of people very itchy around here. Me, I said it, and then a lot of people on the chat at night in Spanish said the same thing. And see the way I'm always scratching? I wash my hair practically every day. It's not dirt. And I don't have lice. And coincidentally, this whole area is not getting what it should be getting. So we will continue with getting together Monday through Friday. We'll continue to do this, but you need to know that we are documenting the ascension process. And when I remove this line, which I did, I'm actually removing black magic from your energy system, from your aura. I'm not asking you to be grateful. What I'm asking you is that if you can feel the difference after joining us on our chats, you should spread the word. Totally cost-free. And you're contributing to humanity, creating a wave of healing for the planet because we already have the wave of violence. So let's go ahead and start. And as usual, I need for you to self-assess. 1 to 10, how are you feeling? You want to die? Number 1. You feel great. Number 10. And then as the chat progresses, you go back and go, where am I at now? Oh, I'm at a 6 and I was at a 4. That's 20%. No drugs, no alcohol, no sex, just mantras. So we're going to go now to the second way for you to self-assess, not just whether this is working for you, but whether things in your life are working for you. Or when you get together with people, is it working for you? And that is the very famous golden white dress. How does it look? For me, it's interesting, totally stable. It's golden white. It looks totally stable. What does that mean? I have no idea, but that's the word that I would use. So just kind of remember what it is that it looks like. We're going to start with 5 minutes of the purification mantra, which is a vacuum cleaner. And we were doing, even though I'm depressed, I love and accept myself, but we are going to do, even though I'm depressed and want to die, I love and accept myself. Simona Rios, if you're seeing it blue, your frequency is low. Let's see at the end of the chat whether you see it a lot lighter. Okay? And yes, we are live on X, and yesterday we had 90 some people on X, which is really, really good for us because we are totally sat on, downtrodden, controlled on X. And I'm not going to complain to management because I think at this point we kind of let sleeping dogs lie. Okay. But if you like, one day, for those of you that are not used to working with me, we can remote view the person that is doing this because I have the power of induction, which means that if you're in my presence and in chats, you're in my presence. See, now the spirits don't like what I'm saying and they start to bother. I don't have a cold. They start to, nyah. And again, it's this. So one day, if enough of you Anglos, because my Hispanics are already, we do chats later and we do this. If enough of you Anglos say, I want to try to remote view with you, Francis, then we will go ahead and remote view. And we are going to remote view the person that's controlling my chat and Twitter that, by the way, I don't think he's Anglo. I think he's Hispanic, but he's in there. You got a little card, got a little office. It's a little cubicle, but he's still there. Okay, so we're going to do the purification mantra, even though I'm depressed and want to die, love and accept myself, because it makes a huge difference. Because if you don't feel that way and your coworker does, it washes over on you. Transference of energy. Or you're in an office where everybody feels that way, or half the people feel that way, or somebody has somebody die and they feel that way. It transfers to you. You're sitting in a soup of a collective energy, which is why I can do collective sketches. So we have to take care of the collective to take care of ourselves and see the way there's more light. Nothing changed here, but what I'm radiating did change. I'm going to look at the rest of the second. Yeah, it's shinier. Okay. So we're going to, the mantras you expel through your mouth gently, 2 feet on the floor. Our heart chakras, what we found in a long chat we did last night was our heart chakras are devastated, and the galactic enemies that don't want us to change our vibration. I'm not sure that we're leaving. We're ascending in terms of vibration, which means we will be in a different place, but maybe we'll still be on this planet, or maybe there'll be 2 planets because there's 2 vibrations that are too different, and magnetism, they can't stay together because they're too different. We don't know. We're going to find out. But I forgot what I was going to say. So I think that rather than doing the Apana Mudra, which wakes up the lower chakras, being it that we found out yesterday, and we've kind of understood that from before, the heart chakra is the one that is really important. Now, we're all brokenhearted. So let's do this mudra. Very simple. You don't have to have your hands in the air. You just put them on your lap any way that you like, but try not to cross because we have an electrical body that's the same shape as the physical. And when you cross it, you're crossing electrical lines. So try to keep it uncrossed. And the mantra, we shall put it up right now. And I finally figured out how to work with text. Nope. 1 second. So you repeat this in silence. You expel the breath through your mouth, and you can, if you like, okay, so here we have an interesting comment. She understands why she woke up for the first time with her teeth out and a weird expression on her in her mouth. And her mouth, very dry mouth, very interesting. Um, Dry mouth used to be a syndrome only for old people. But several years ago, I was doing executive coaching for a company, and I worked with all the employees to see what could change for them to make even more sales. And I don't remember the exact number. Let's say there were 5 people. 4 out of the 5 people, and everybody was under 45, under 50 years of age. 4 of the 5 people, when I read for them individually, without anybody else present, just me and that employee, what I got was the big issue for them was dry mouth. How could dry mouth affect your sales? Doesn't make any sense. Dry mouth is a condition that affects people over 65, 70, 80. Can do with have to do with medications. But dry mouth is no longer limited to those people. It's now a condition of people in their 20s because they have their microwave radiating cell phone near them too many hours, and they have dried out the throat chakra. So when she's saying her mouth was dry, she has stuff going on. I don't know in terms of her, Frances is her name, whether that has to do with radiation or the combination, but definitely a lot of you will be feeling stuff here. I just came from the health food store that I use, Beehive here in Miami. And I asked the girl how she was doing with the frequency shift. Oh, I'm fine. And then afterwards, she said, but last week, well, yes, widen the lens last week. Infection, left side of the head, which is where there's a lot of invasion, head, teeth. So it may be due to that. If you're having those issues in the last, I would say 2 or 3 weeks, but particularly last week of this week. Okay, let's go ahead and start. And then somebody else has an interesting comment, another comment about teeth. They were falling and separating. So lots going on. Did I put it up? Well, let's put it up again. So this mantra is repeated in silence. Why is this not? What is this? Okay, give me a moment. You know, we used to have a president that they said could not walk and chew gum at the same time. Sometimes I feel that way. Okay, here's the mantra. You repeat it in silence, and I will bring the music out, which will be the music for the heart chakra, which is a different music. And we commissioned it for the Mantrista movement. We have it made a 2-hour video with the map of the United States behind it, and also 20 other videos, same video with the map of the different Latin American countries. I think we also did Ukraine. And if you play it, you're getting a healing. Your space is getting a healing, especially heart connection to Venus. Remember, you connect to Venus, love, community, you connect to Orion, war and fighting. So this connects you with Venus. And if you play the one for the United States, you will be giving the United States a healing. Okay. Does anybody feel things on their lips? This bothers me. This is how we started. And then this is a spiritual figure. That's why I drew it in lavender. Representative of God, I don't know. But he's, look, the light went on again. The nectar called Amrit in Hinduism that God pours into us, he starts to pour it in. And then this line, without me removing any black magic, gets smaller. Oh, and we don't have those depression mind streams. Okay? I know it sounds crazy, it feels crazy, but again, I talked about this thing, and if we go back to my videos, I'm going to find the clip. You're going to see that the inside of my mouth looks black from one day to the next, and then we see this. So I'm not going to try to convince anybody of anything. You should be witnessing something. Your instincts should be stimulated, and even if you just feel better, but you think I'm crazy, I'm okay with that. I've had to get used to that because the people that trained me that were military and scientists, they didn't want to believe a word because it wasn't to their advantage because they weren't in control. Okay, they felt I was in control. So I'm kind of used to that. It's a little bit abusive and disrespectful. If you're going to take advantage of me, maybe a little bit more respect, but I'm not saying that you're being disrespectful. So we are going to now go into the main mantra, which is, do you feel better? Please God help me with my intention to create miraculous peace and miraculous prosperity. Why the word miraculous twice? That's inefficient. No, it's not. We want to anchor the fact that we have the ability to access miracles very easily today on planet Earth. And we need to do it. And repeating that twice reminds us of that. What is going on here? Okay, there we go. And we're going to change the music, and the music is going to be the music that is trilling, which is the sound of the mind strings, which are the channels that create reality. And it's very didn't I put that on screen? Nope, I didn't. There we go. And here we go. We're going to do 20 minutes, and I will sketch a couple of times throughout it. And I will also take away that line, which is an actual curse. It's magic, and it's black magic because it's intended to stop us and to interfere with our free will, which is the number one law of the planet is free will. Okay. Star Trek, beam me up, Scotty. This is the ground. This is also the ground. That black line, I was trying to indicate the floor, but this is the ground, and we're already going up. And here we go. Ascension process? I think so. This is how we started. Now, let me explain this to you. This is a spiritual figure that is pouring a nectar onto humans. That nectar is called Amrit, Amrit. Kundalini from the earth yesterday was rising, same color, same energy, and they should be meeting. Anyway, so this is how we started. This is the next one. But why is this figure here? In the Bible, it says, I'm not Christian, I'm not Catholic. I'm sure I can find that in Hinduism also. And why is this figure not up here pouring down? Because we have an astral body that's magnetic. And just the same way the magnetic North Pole is no longer aligned with the North Pole, our astral spirit body is no longer aligned with our physical. I mean, we are a mess at this point. Plus, it's on the side. This energy is coming in from the left side, which is the really bad spirits that invade at night, that cause restless leg syndromes, and that cause the kids to say that there's spirits saying, kill your parents, or we're going to kill your parents, or that make people crazy. They come in through approximately here. But it's not supposed to be there. It's supposed to be back here. But when our astral body is not synchronized, aligned with our physical. When they say, may the force be with you, they're talking about that part of us being perfectly aligned with us. And then we have that extra strength. But we don't have it because we're not aligned. And that's why that is sketched like that. I have to sketch what I see, not what should be or what you can accept from me. That makes my job not too much fun. But the good news is that we are in an ascension process, and it was not difficult to remove this line across your face. I did it. That's why it's not here. So how can I do it for so many people? Quick story. I went to a transpersonal psychology conference in Brazil 30 years ago. Stan Groff was the one who ran it. On the Saturday night dinner, they had a guru there from India. And at the end of his speech, he said, I'm going to give everybody a healing. And I went, yeah, sure. Closed my eyes. Everybody closed their eyes. We were 500 people. And when I opened my eyes before time, he was standing next to every person in that room. And we were like 500 people. His spirit had duplicated itself. And I teach that you do that. We all have subpersonalities. Almost all of us are multiple personalities. We're fine. Something triggers us, and even our face changes and our personality changes. So when I saw that, I said, I want to do that in the future. And apparently I'm able to do that now. So you no longer have this line. Now, how long is that going to last? 10 minutes, 10 hours? I have no idea. But we'll be back again tomorrow. So where are you at? Assess yourself 1 to 10. I showed you the dress. Let's go to the last mantra, which is, which is a telegram mantra. And you're going to, why is it a telegram? Because you're going to direct it to your heart chakra. And there's one more thing I would like for you to do. I want for you to breathe into your heart chakra, not just right now. I want you to breathe into your heart chakra from here forward to the end, whatever the end is. That's where you're supposed to be breathing anyway. So that your eye of consciousness is concentrated in the chakra that can save you, which is the heart chakra. It's the one that has to do with love, but it doesn't have to do with love. Love is a consequence. The heart chakra is about relationships, but not your relationship with your mother-in-law and your husband. No, the relationship between things, between people. So what is the relationship between a country being so aggressive and going to war so often when they have more bombs than they need to destroy the planet 100 times? What's the relationship between those two facts? Well, total relation. It's a relationship. It's like it doesn't make sense. That comes from here. So breathe in there, and that is also in the last year and some. Every time I would get the group together of mantristas, everybody was always had black magic in the back of this chakra, the heart chakra. And I would have to clear that out, and then everybody could breathe better. As a matter of fact, I think I'm going to do that right now. So pay attention to your breath, but take your breath here. The mantra is right here. You're going to direct it. Oh, it says third eye. It's not third eye. It's to your heart chakra. And do this mudra hand position that's for the heart chakra. Do not move the mouth with the words. Okay? If anybody gets cold, it means you're leaving your body. You're not doing the mantras right. Okay? You have to expel through the mouth. You don't move the mouth for the words. Do a hand position. Wiggle your hands. Do this. Tap yourself. But you should not be getting cold. That is a spirit invading. If you keep forgetting the mantras, you have a spirit standing right there that does not want you to do this. That means you have to be very determined to be inside your body, not disassociated. We're going to do this. We're going to go back to the La Danza de las Medusas, which is the dance of the Medusas, which is for the heart chakra. And we're going to do 5 minutes, and then we will be finished. And I'll sketch you one last time. Pay attention to how you're feeling. And breathe out of and breathe into your heart chakra. And I'm going to be in the back of your heart chakra because I'm assuming there's some. There's now like cushions underneath us, separating us from the planet. You've got the channel that we're inside of, like Beam Me Up, Scotty. And these are all good spirits. They're purple, uh, that are paying attention to us as we're being beamed up. When there is a frequency shift, it is an opportunity for invasion. And I realize now that's the whole thing with why we can't even breathe without being beaten up by galactic bad spirits, because we are in a frequency shift. It's a change of dimensions, the amount of consciousness that we have in different dimensions. What are other examples? When you're born, you have a frequency shift. Your consciousness goes from the astral, and it gets even, there's more of it in the physical, because you're born, your physical body needs consciousness. When you die, it's the reverse. Both of those situations, traditionally, indigenous people, spiritual people, have rituals and protection for that process, for that baby being born and that person dying, because it is an opportunity for invasion and for the bad forces, galactic off-planet forces, to stop the person from going where they should be going once they're dead. The physical body's dead. Well, these are here doing the same thing. That is also the case, most of you will not know that, during an orgasm. It's a shift of consciousness. It's a frequency shift. For 2 seconds, all the blocks in that fundamental structure that we all have, parallel to our spinal cord, they all get removed, and your consciousness goes like, whoop, touches God for a second, comes back down, and it's like, oh my God, yeah. You go up, similar to this, except it's inside of you. And it is also an opportunity for incredible invasion. People who have sex in cemeteries, oh my God, it's for people that know about that. They're like, oh my God, why would they do that? Well, you have sex with people that have all these attachments. Everybody has attachments, okay? Every wrinkle you have has an attachment. Yeah, I'm obsessed with the wrinkles here, because it's been a lot of years I've been saying I'm going to get rid of them and without surgery, and they're still there, and it really bothers me. But so we are getting a lot of protection, and we're getting lifted up. This is planet Earth. And why it has that orange there, I have no idea. But how do you feel? 1 to 10. Let's look at the dress, and then we finish. For me right now, it looks very flat. It's not shiny, but I'm not happy because I'm doing too much scrambling doing these events, trying to get the text and then seeing my mistakes. So I'm stressed rather than what I hope you are. Did you notice a difference in your heart because I gave it a clearing? There was like an armor in the back of the heart chakra, and it extended up to here. So I cleared the back of the heart chakra, and then I continued to go up. So all of this, you may notice that it is looser. Will it last more than 15 minutes? I think so, but it depends. One of the things that you can do for it to last more than 15 minutes is continue to breathe and keep reminding yourself to breathe into your heart chakra. And you can also do this. Do that now. You're going to kind of laugh and your shoulders will relax. When you wake up in the middle of the night, you should do that, because we get very invaded in our heads. That's why you get all that tension at night with the TMJ. Why aren't you getting that during the day? Because those spirits are not invading during the day. Okay, this is it. I'm glad you're feeling great. That's good. So we will be back tomorrow. But we are definitely in the ascension process. And it seems to correspond with the Schumann resonance graphics, which is kind of neat. Thank you for joining us. And thank you for recommending. We're up to 200 people, which really probably means we have 600 people, because they don't allow our true numbers to show. By the way, our numbers do show in TikTok. We have posted, we've had 1 million likes or 1 million views. We're getting a lot, 17,000 views. Are you kidding me? In the traditional platforms here? So when they say get rid of TikTok, TikTok makes more sense than the numbers that I get in all the other platforms. So maybe we shouldn't be run around so fast getting rid of TikTok. Maybe we need some reality check someplace. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow.